Now, would you look at that? Normally, Dave, we have an opening, but I'm just going to show you a couple shots of something going on in town. That's all you get.
Can we put some music to it?
No, that's all you get.
That's all you get?
That's all you get. It's a teaser. It's what they call a teaser in the biz.
You're teasing me too. This is not supposed to be a teaser for me as well.
No, I know.
I'm supposed to know what's going on with the show.
I don't know what's going on with the show. How do you expect me to fill you in? I'm not sure. I'm sitting here in Clark Griswold's living room, my friend. It's been a long morning.
Looks like it. Yeah. Looks like it.
Yeah. This is kind of our Christmas show because Christmas is in a couple of days.
Yeah.
And we've got so the theme of this show, we try to have a theme. We haven't had a theme since September, but the theme of this show today is going to be talking a little bit about
Clash.
Yeah, resolutions. A little bit.
Resolutions.
We're going to talk a little bit about resolutions, and we're going to talk about the Christmas cruise as well, which is happening in town.
Okay.
With Natalie when she returns.
Did she fall?
I'm not sure. I'm afraid she might have because we are looking at her ceiling. But I'm going to bring our first guest in here right away. There she is. She's back in the green room. Is she okay?
Welcome to the show, Connecting Claresholm, everybody.
Natalie, I'm not going to bring you in just yet, but just give me a thumbs up from the green room if you're okay. You're okay. Okay, she's all right. She's okay. Right. She's okay.
I think she fell or something, but she's back up and she's good now.
We've never injured a guest before. Like we've never had a guest.
Do we have insurance for that? Do you think we have insurance for that?
I don't know.
Please, Natalie, don't sue the show or anything like that. Okay.
She's good. She's going to be super good. So we're going to talk with our good friend Kendis from Real Strength Gym here in a moment because we aren't going to have a show until sort of mid-January. We've got a couple weeks.
Mid-January. You're giving me wow. Yeah. Is there holiday pay?
There's not holiday pay. Well,
holy man!
I know there's a lot of time in between this show and the next one, but there's also a lot happening. So we're trying to be smart about our time and not burn ourselves out. But what do people often do in January? What's kind of like if you think the classic resolution? Number one thing come to mind.
The classic resolution: lose weight.
There you go. Well, we're going to bring in Kendis right now, and we're going to talk about, hi, Kendis, resolutions.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us.
You're so welcome.
So we were talking a couple days ago about, the gym tends to come up in people's lives in January or very late December when you're full of cheese and you're like, what have I done with my life? I want to go and join the gym. And I'm just curious, as someone who's been in the industry for a long time, and you've been on our show before, the idea of a resolution when it comes to fitness. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Kendis? Is this should we be calling it a New Year's resolution and buying like a 1-year gym membership and starting on January 2nd? And
well, yeah, absolutely, you should, right?
I mean, everyone else is. No,
right. Just do it.
The holidays bring out that sometimes. All the food, all the baking. So it seems logical that right after, you'd want to go into, a fight mode and want to lose weight. So, I mean, really, there's no time like right now. So
that's right.
Start anytime,
And it just so happens January is kind of a nice time to line everything up, right?
That's right.
And do it. And so for folks who are like, I would like to join a gym, but I don't want to. I'm scared. I'm worried about going to the gym. I don't want to be around other people. What if I drop a weight on my foot or whatever the fear is? How would you kind of approach people who are like, oh, I'm not sure. Is there a time of day I can go, Kendis?
If I tell the time of day, then everyone goes then, and that time of day is gone.
Exactly.
I think the number one thing I tell people is everyone is there for the same reason you are. So, if you don't want to be in the gym with other people because you're not confident in the gym or whatever it may be, no one really is. And everyone's there for the same reason. If you don't know what you're doing, I offer training, I offer programming, but I also like to make sure that even as a base, you know how to use the equipment.
Right.
And have a general idea. And that's the kind of goal, is to set people up for success and think about it progressively too. So if you were in 5 days a week, the first week, January 2nd to January 7th, January 8th, you would be very upset and you wouldn't be able to move. And I would never see you again.
That's true.
So
now do we have the video of because I was very confident going to that gym for the first time. So
you were.
So Alec, do you have that stuff ready to go or no? You don't even know where it is anymore. You lost my workout video on purpose.
So the computer, I threw out the computer right after.
That's what I thought.
Done.
Right after you threw the computer out.
I threw out the computer, the phone, the camera, everything just went straight into the garbage because I went, it'll never be better than that. So unfortunately, it would be good to have.
I was at the gym and I did, and how much, I can't remember exactly how many. I can't even get that high in my head.
Yeah, no,
the weight.
You rolled up to the bar and there was like 330 pounds on it, and you lifted, I think it was 15 pounds because there were little dumbbells right behind the bar that no one saw. So when you
see that veins, and the veins were popping on my
neck
and everything.
The best part about the video, now I wish I had it, was that you got super excited at the end and like did like a really big scream, and then you kind of look like you're gonna pass out just from the cheering. Just for a second there, it looked like the room went a little woozy, which would have been,
Can we bring up some nice comments and not talk about this anymore?
No.
So Dave Murphy says, Kendis inspires me every day. And Kristen says, Kendis, she is the best. Beautiful inside and out. I'm going to save the beautiful inside and out for every comment that we make.
100%. So what I have found, just sort of personally with Kendis in the gym, is that it's such a nice, there's a nice atmosphere in there. Like you said, everyone's there for the same reason. And I think you've done a great job creating culture in that space that's very welcoming to everyone, because we're all just trying to figure it out. And you're right. I don't know that anyone goes in necessarily feeling like, I know exactly what I'm, and there are times where you will come by and you'll just correct a thing, or, in the nicest way possible, tell me not to be a baby. So it's good. But that's what I love about it. That's what I love being there. Because I think to your personality is like, you're not going to stand and watch someone do something incorrectly that might even be dangerous or not beneficial without just going over. Like you're not going over with like a tip jar. You're very generous that way, which I appreciate.
I think that's a big part of it. We lose, in a lot of gyms, you lose that element of compassion and being human. So I know if you have really great form when you do stuff, you build muscle easier and you work all of your muscle. So it's just, something simple to just correct a posture, and it's nice. Some people aren't approachable, some people really are. So, you read the room, but just being there to support and encourage.
Which is what you do very, very well.
So can I show you guys this? So Kirsten actually complimented me on the way I said your name in her. So she says, Kendis. Yeah. And she said, thank you for reading it appropriately and properly, Dave. Exactly how it sounded in my head. Yeah. And then she said this beautiful thing. The gym is my safe place. The hardest part is walking through the door. So
I find it easier to open it first. Kirsten,
you find it easier to open the door. Is that why she's having a hard time with that part?
She's tough though.
Kirsten, you got to open the door first.
Yeah, but she's right. Like they say, the hardest thing to lift is the door handle, kind of thing, and it's true. Yeah. It's like, especially if you're there in the morning, and what I like is folks do tend to come around the same time, and it's nice because then it does feel a little bit like this is the group that's here in the mornings, and it's awesome.
It's like Cheers, but a gym.
It's there's some new equipment coming, I know, as well. So for those of you that are really hooked on getting new equipment in the new year, there'll be some new equipment. There's other stuff coming too. We're not going to get into that, but I'm just going to say it's a great space, and it's going to get even better, and it's going to get more exciting in the new year. So I feel like you're going to be on again.
I hope so.
Yeah, you will be on again and talking about it in the new year, because you've got some cool equipment that's already come in, and it's nice too, because it feels like, this is the stuff that you might see in the big city.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Well, and it's practical, functional. I put a lot of intention into the pieces we have.
Yeah.
Although the new treadmill is very exciting, especially for like full muscle engagement, which is even more exciting because you burn more calories than you do on a traditional treadmill. So everyone needs to come and get on the curved treadmill and try it out. So it's
for those that haven't seen it, it's kind of banana shaped. Like it's like a gentle banana shaped. It's not yellow, but it's curved, I guess, is maybe a better way to put it. It's curved.
So it lets you get a really natural full gait. So you're really pulling from heel to ball of your toe, which lets you get a fuller glute and hamstring engagement, which on a traditional treadmill, it's a lot of pulling with the quad and you're right into your next step. So that kind of double muscle use means more calories burned. And I've been doing recently a lot of glute training with clients. So this is just another way to kind of work on the glutes that are really popular right now. So
very popular. It's a
very popular.
Yeah. It's
big muscle group though. So
very big muscle group.
Yeah.
Kirsten says she's a firefighter after all. Got to practice busting open them doors.
Yes, she does. Yeah.
Dave says I've seen Kirsten's workout videos. She probably could plow through the door. So there's some really good comments coming in here actually. So Kirsten again says I got the vid and Kendis out of the kindness of her heart sent me some workouts I can do at home so I don't go insane. Most supportive and kind human I know. Wow. Some nice stuff here, guys. Awesome. It's warming our hearts.
It's a couple days till Christmas. So I'm just thinking about your treadmill that you got. You said more calories burned. Is that more cookies in kind of thing? Is that like,
you know what? That makes sense, really, if you're going to do the math. You can have that extra cookie and just walk the same distance. Isn't that even exciting to say?
Fantastic. Here's one more question for you. So with the holidays being right now, and we all know you're very strong. You're in excellent physical top tier shape. Do you get to the holidays and go, okay, I got to bring a Tupperware to every family thing, and I got to make sure I've got my boiled chicken? Or are you like, I'm gonna have a shortbreads and stuff? Like, you know what I mean?
So the downside to myself is I can't have gluten. So it's actually like constantly like, oh, that looks great.
Right.
It's good and bad. I know. It's really like there are days when I'm like, I could just have it. We'll see what happens. But I don't. I get really sick.
Yep.
I get pretty excited for turkey. I get to make it at my mom's this year. So, and my brother's bringing ham. So we just focus on what we can have. There's been years where I really overindulge. I mean, I'm human. Yeah. And I think that's the best part is what we put in all this work so we can have those special meals with our family. And,
exactly.
Be real.
I like that. Well, that's been your mantra from the beginning is just, be real.
Be real, right? So
we're not counting calories maybe on Christmas Day as much as you might all the other times of the year.
Enjoy it. Enjoy your family. Enjoy living. So
yeah. Are we going to introduce the dog here, or what's going on? I mean, we got a dog right now. Hi, giving kisses.
He does. He gives them for free. So
yeah.
Sweet. Does the dog get to go to the gym as well every once in a while, or?
Well, so he doesn't right now, but hopefully soon in the future. There's actually 4 here. We have 4 dogs.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yep. The big one just came in from outside. So we have a lot of fun. That's actually how I get my cardio in. Is I got to walk 4 dogs every day. So
that will do it.
That will do it. But hopefully, you'll be seeing more of dogs at the gym. We have one member who she's training a service dog. So let her break her.
Good timing.
Let her break her dog in and she can train her dog while she's working out. So stuff like that matters. So.
That is very cool.
That's good.
That is awesome. Kendis, we'll let you carry on. I know you've got some gluten-free cookies probably sitting somewhere that need to be consumed or baked.
Those dogs sound like they need to walk a run with the dogs.
That's awesome. So, and I guess lastly, what I should say, because I did set this up ahead of time. If anyone's looking to reach out to you, you also offer personal training sessions, 1-on-1, 5-session package, 10 sessions, 20 sessions. Depends how many cookies you ate is how many sessions you might need.
That's right.
You can do 4-week program, 8-week program. They can reach out to you directly. I'm going to read your number here. Yeah. I want to make sure I've got this right. It's 403-682-8760.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's an awesome space. And it's what's get me out of the bed in the morning is coming down
and you've been doing awesome. I'm really proud of you. I know I tell you that, but your hard work is paying off. So
and I told you to say that on the show. So thank you for remembering. So if I'm going to have you on the show, say something nice about me.
That's it. Well, thank you guys. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas indeed. And we'll look for some stuff in the new year.
Absolutely. Yeah. There'll be a special coming out for New Year's and for the new year for the gym. I'm going to do a collaboration with Hedgehog Inkling. Nice. So that will be coming out next week. And until the end of the month, if you want to get a membership and a 4-week training program and one-on-one session, it's only $150 right now too.
That's a good deal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Actually, Kendis, I do have one more question before I let you go, because Alex said that we were talking about resolutions. Most resolutions, of course, are, getting fit, working out, losing weight. So, but for somebody like you, who have already, attained that goal throughout the years here, what is your resolution then?
Mine is to work on, it's funny, I'm not opinionated and I don't talk too much. So I'm going to try working on a little bit of stoicism this year. Well, for at least the 2nd to the 7th anyway.
I like that. I like it. Okay, stoicism. Well, you will make an excellent stoic.
I hope that doesn't last too long. So
it shouldn't. Don't worry.
People are going to miss the old Kendis. So.
Right. Well, thank you again so much for joining us. Have a great holiday season.
Thank you. You too.
Make good food choices, things that are safe, things that won't make you feel terrible the next day.
That's right.
Thank you. If not, just get on the banana treadmill and just work it off.
It's safe, self-propelling too, so it's really safe.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right,
thank
Kendis.
you guys.
Have a good
Take
holiday.
care. Make good choices.
See you later. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. She's a gem, isn't she? Now, she's not the only gem in town, Dave.
No, I know. There's a few gems in
Natalie
in that town.
is sitting in the green room after having taken a horrendous fall. She's back up and running. We're going to bring her in, and I can see her going.
She got cast on that leg now?
No, hey, Natalie, how's it going?
Good.
I am great.
Tailbone?
Thank you for joining us. I know. Okay, so first of all, I got to say, just got to give props to Natalie because she is an extremely busy person, and I asked her to join us, and she was like, "I got a lot going on, man," and yet here she is in the middle of the holiday season.
And look at Kirsten says she's beautiful inside and out.
Beautiful inside and out. So, Natalie, the reason you're here, because you're welcome on the show really anytime. I should probably say that. But I just wanted to talk about palliative care because you've been doing this project for the last, how many years?
We started in 2020.
Okay,
so we did 2 years and then missed a year and then back up this year.
And the thing we're talking about, of course, is the Christmas cruise, which is back in the campground this year, which is great. And so for those who are unfamiliar, you roll up to the front of the campground, you pay a little donation, and then you get to drive through the campground. And all of the campsites have been decorated by different companies and service groups. And you get to just take your car through, and they space it out nicely so it doesn't feel like you're in the queue at the airport. And we actually have a little bit of footage from the
this is what he was teasing me with.
This is what I was teasing with. So so can you just talk a little bit about like how long does it take to set all this up, first of all? Do you know? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no. We kind of start the process probably beginning of November. I kind of start just gathering people who are interested in decorating a site, helping them come up with a plan. We start some of the trees. This year we were like super fortunate. Fortis jumped on board. They did a lot of our big trees and like the flagpole, which is decorated with lights and a Christmas tree. So that was a huge help. So that took a lot of burden off of us this year just with that. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And it's great to have them on board for some of these bigger displays. And so, what sort of benefit, once this is done and you've got some cash for palliative care, how do they kind of deal with that? Do they have things where they go, okay, we've got some stuff we know we need to do, or you know what I mean?
Yep, for sure. So like palliative care within our community is, there's community volunteers, there's staff from the Claresholm General Hospital, the Willow Creek, and then from home care. And so we kind of meet every couple months or whatnot, and we come up with a plan. So currently we're fundraising for a Snowall cuddler bed, which is worth about $35,000.
Holy
so, yeah.
Wow.
But it's pretty awesome. It's a bed that allows for people to lie with their loved ones. It can be adjusted to any size, has all the bells and whistles. So it really aids in that end of life care. So that's currently what we're fundraising for between this initiative and the Tree of Hope.
Right. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring a comment up that Kirsten's really engaging today, which is awesome. She says Nat is more of a saint than Santa Claus. Blessed to work with her and amazed by her drive and passion.
It's very true. That's awesome. We got all the right people on today.
I know.
And so when you're kind of looking at getting this set up every year, how do businesses and service groups get involved?
So we have lots of repeat people that come back that automatically have said, you know what, every year we're going to do a site. We had a few drop out this year, so I just kind of threw it up on Facebook. We also have a website, claresholmpalliativecare.com. So all the information about our events and stuff is up on there as well. So basically people can call, text, email, Facebook me. Yeah.
Is there room to expand? So for example, next year, if you had 3 or 4 more groups come in.
Yeah, because some of them we've just filled in with odds and ends that we've had, right? So we keep some spare stuff just to kind of fill in the space. So yeah, there's always room to add more stuff for sure.
Because I'm thinking, Dave, maybe next year it's like a cutout of you and I, like big heads, little bodies, you know, and then decorate it up.
As long as it's got this shirt, then.
I think we could. The fragile shirt, 100%.
Yeah, as long as I want the leg lamp up there. That's what I want.
Or like just a decoration of you deadlifting those 15-pound dumbbells would be awesome too. It's very Christmassy.
Now I deadlifted 15 pounds. That's me.
He did.
That was me. I know that went around you remember the rumor that was going around circulating the community?
Yeah.
I think I heard that.
Yeah, it was true.
It's hard to ignore that one.
Yeah.
What I really like, so I was going to ask you something too about like this year, for some reason, it's like April outside. It's been April all year. We don't know why. Yeah. Does that have a positive impact on things? Like, do people feel like, oh, well, it's 10 degrees outside. It's a lot easier versus say like when it was covered in snow and -20, or are people less inclined? Do you think?
I don't know. We've definitely seen less people come through, but it's also a busy time. People are tapped, as well. So I think going forward in the future, I think maybe we'll cut it down to maybe just a couple weekends, and then go from there and see how that goes.
Gotcha. And you've also got live music happening and live performers as well, which is pretty cool.
That's
and it's cool because you get there and they give you an FM. I'm talking to Dave. I'm not talking to you, Natalie. You know this, but Dave lives in Nanton. They give you well, Dave might, his face might be there next year. They give you an FM station to dial in, and then that connects to where the performer is. And so as you come around the corner, I don't want to say the old Penny Lane van, but maybe it's the current Penny Lane van is parked with a performer inside, and they're singing Christmas carols. It's pretty awesome as you come around the corner because it kind of sounds like you're listening to the radio, and then you go, oh, there's in our case,
right there.
Stephanie King, super talented, and she's been doing it, I think, most nights, which has been awesome. And it's great as you drive through, and they do a nice job sort of pacing everyone through it, so you kind of do feel like you're the only one there, which is kind of cool. And it's a great initiative. I think it's an awesome idea.
Oh yeah. It's so even people in Natalie, like my wife, when she heard that this was happening, we're part of the Lions Club, and we have the Lions campground here. And, a couple of years ago, we had a bunch of lights that the Lions Club went and set up all these lights. But I think that this year we weren't able to get as many volunteers. And then when we heard about what you were doing, she wanted me to specifically ask you, will you come and do it in Nanton as well? So can you come and do that in Nanton too, please?
That's a hard no.
Natalie, please, Natalie, please.
I will help you, but I will not do it.
There's something that not a lot of people know, because Natalie's very busy. So if you look very closely here, just hold on. Let me just find the spot here. It's very hard to tell.
And look for Dave. Dave said that he's surprised his nativity lights are still up.
And
not the handiest fellas.
Yeah, he had a rough start. We had that windstorm.
Look at this. So no nonsense, Natalie, for the win.
So this is kind of a cool. This is a very cool kind of feature. It's been there the last few years. I really like it. Natalie lives in there during the Christmas cruise. She doesn't actually go home. She camps inside of that. That's crazy. How dedicated. I know. It's absolutely nuts. You wouldn't even know it.
That was that night I went in there. I was going to jump in there, and see if I could take it for a ride. And I realized she's sleeping there. So I was like, whoa, get out of here.
Don't mess with me.
Sorry. Sorry. Apologize.
Sorry to bother you. Remember that night when that happened?
I do.
Yeah, so you remember that too.
Very, very awkward. Very awkward. Natalie, how many other folks are involved with this project?
Like as far as businesses and service
or
groups
just
go?
the folks putting it together.
So there's about 8 people on our committee.
Okay.
So we kind of just work together, get the lights up, and when we can, those that show up can be there, and then
Gotcha.
just kind of go from there.
Where's the power all coming from? Is it all coming from one place?
Dave Murphy, I think, is generating it.
He's on one of those
I think he's
banana-shaped treadmills.
He's on the treadmills. I think he's yeah.
No, they're all plugged into the campsites, right? So each site is powered by
right. Okay,
the individual campsites. Yeah.
So it's not like a Griswold thing where we're kicking into nuclear power somewhere down by who knows
No,
Tabor
but
or
I
something.
figured it out this year.
Yeah.
My friend Jace said, why don't we just click the switches for all the sites? So this year is quite a bit easier. We don't have to go site to site to flick all the power on. We're just going to the box.
Oh, okay. He's
and flipping all the switches. So
that's smart. Very smart.
One of a kind. Yeah.
It's good to have a guy like that running the show behind the scenes, right?
For sure.
Yeah, hamster wheel over by the plane.
That's right. Awesome. Well, it's so it's running again tonight and tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night will be our last night. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And so $10, I think, to get in. If you want to give more, obviously feel free. It's very much worth it. We love doing it because it does feel like a tradition in town, much like old-fashioned Christmas. It's like, and the Christmas cruise is up. And I love driving by it because it does look pretty impressive from the road as well. So I just encourage everyone to get out. Great cause. Take your family through. This is the time of year, too. People are piling in the car, going and looking at all the lights, and it's easy to find. Campground. Just go to the campground. $10 gets you in.
100%.
And Kirsten says it's Dave Murphy's real weight loss secret.
Nice. I love this. I love the plot going on under the surface while we do this.
Right.
It's great. Natalie, am I missing anything? Is there anything else that we haven't touched on? Other than you don't actually live in a
resolution. We haven't touched on our resolution yet.
No. Oh, yeah. And I guess well, there we go. We're talking about resolutions. I mean, no, it's okay. No pressure. If there's, who are you? Is someone giving you heat over there? Because are you safe right now?
Looking at people.
No, I know you're busy. You've got a construction project happening.
I do, yeah.
Right now as well, and so we're interrupting that. So we appreciate that. I think the resolution is just let's do the Christmas cruise again next year because it's awesome.
100%.
That's not really helping you at all. It's just more work, but
it's good.
But it looks pretty awesome this year. It's pretty great.
Everybody's resolution: create more work for Natalie.
Just create more work, right? For people who are already super busy.
No.
It's a good resolution to have. Awesome, Natalie. We'll continue on with your day. We really appreciate you joining us. Have a great season, and we'll see you soon.
And you can see us this time? You can see us?
I can see you. I'm good.
Okay.
Awesome. We figured it out. All right, Natalie. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
See you later.
Bye.
That's awesome. I had a lot of fun yesterday flying around, literally flying the thing around. I had a little drone incident at the end of the day. Unfortunately,
a drone incident.
Yeah, there's a bit of an incident. It's going to need to be repaired, but we'll talk about that later.
Do you have footage of it as the incident is happening?
Oh yeah. Not on the show. It's not available. But it's so the people who are going to fix said drone get to see it because it uploads all your footage, and then it's like, here is where you made a huge mistake. So we've talked a lot about things happening in Claresholm. We've touched a little bit on what's happening in Nanton. How's Nanton Lights the Way, which we've talked about the last couple of shows. We actually drove through Nanton last week, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I had a meeting with Leo, who is the president of the elevators.
Oh, okay.
And he's responsible for lighting up those elevators. And I think they look magnificent every time they're lit up. I mean, they just the town buzzes.
Yeah.
Comments on social media and people taking pictures and people driving by, and it's just amazing. So I love our little town for that. Obviously, Steve Rook has done a great job with his display outside of his shop there with the Griswolds and so Christmas Vacation. And no, it's everybody's having a lot of fun with it. And we've got our winners who've been, of course, I think we mentioned that Steve was on our show as one of the winners for the top business display. Well, what a great location to have that business display, eh?
Right?
Right on the highway.
So. Fantastic. We were driving through last week, and everyone slows right down there to go check it out. And what I really like is you can almost see the elevators from like High River or just south of High River. It's awesome because you can see them quite clearly from quite a distance. Speaking of High River, Dave.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Rowan House a little bit?
Yeah. So Lynette, who's I believe the executive director, and I might get a little bit of this information wrong because it was just a fire hose of information here this morning, but I was really, really excited to learn more about the Rowan House. We're going to go and have a tour of it.
Oh, good.
Now, have you been involved in any way with the Rowan House? Do you know much about the Rowan House yourself?
I have been.
I've been learning a little bit more about it as we've been talking to Lynette about this, and she came in today and we chatted with her about how we can support each other and support, our shows, and they're want to support our shows. We want to support them and promote what they're doing. We're going to start with this. Now I can't remember exactly what it's called, but they have basically a quick Friday tip kind of thing, information on Fridays that they post. So we're going to start bringing some of that to light, and some more interviews with them. They really want to break into more of the communities around the areas that they support. But she admitted, she said they're really good at focusing on certain communities, but not all of the communities that they support. And they want to get into more of those communities and start, letting people know exactly what they're all about.
Yeah.
So which is, basically taking care of people who are going through domestic issues.
Yep.
And then need a place to stay, things like that. So,
yeah.
So we learned a lot from her, but we had a 2.5 hour, 3 hour meeting with her. And it was just all about how can we support each other. She loves what we're doing.
Yep.
She loves that, this is a conduit to be able to get more information out about what they do.
Yeah.
And she is very excited about working with us and us working with them to grow, what we each do. So,
yeah. It's a hugely important service. We were involved with them years ago with some fundraising initiatives that would happen every year in Okotoks, and that was just kind of before they built the facility in High River. And my wife and a good friend of ours would organize a big scrapbooking event every year, and it raised a bunch of money, and it was kind of fun because at the end of it, we got to talk about how much money was raised. And that was going straight to Rowan House. So once that facility was built, unfortunately they got hit in the floods in 2013.
Yeah, she was informing us of that. She told us that story. Major events, and within, not a lot of time, within about 10 years or something like that.
Yep.
Because I guess 23 years, I think she said it was 23 years ago that they actually popped up in Diamond, they call it Diamond Valley now. Black Diamond.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's where the whole thing started, then moving to High River, then the floods, and then COVID. And she said just a lot of adversity that they've had to deal with. And so, with that kind of adversity, in, having such a crucial service to our community, just like, what we were talking about on the show today, with Nat and stuff. I mean, all these things are crucial to our communities, and I want to be able to support them in any way we can. And so we talked about the two-headed monster of how, we get the content and we work together, and they have content. They just need to give us the content. But then we have the other, big head that we've got to worry about, which is getting that out to the listeners, making sure that more and more people are sharing what we're promoting here, so that when it comes that time that they need to promote something and get it out to the community, people's ears are tuned in. Their ears and eyes are here, and they're ready to take that information in. And it helps.
It hugely helps. And I think it's great, especially for Rowan House, because, trying to kind of destigmatize what they do a little bit, and kind of, because it's such an important thing, that, over the years, in the business they're in, it's just looks quite a bit different than it did 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And, and that need, they've come in at an interesting time, because, like you said, with COVID and things like that, I think it really exposed the need that we have in our world for that kind of service, and it tends not to get a lot of attention, but I think it is really important, and I think they've done a great job. Like their facility is very clear on the highway; it's very easy to see, and they've worked really, really hard to be out in the community and known. So it's that sounds like a great partnership. Yeah, for sure.
I think it is going to be a good partnership for 2024. Of course, every year we're looking to expand and bring new ideas to what we do for Good Morning Nanton Live, for Connecting Claresholm, just being able to help our communities. And I think this is going to be a real win for everybody to be partnering with them as well.
Absolutely. Speaking of help, it's all about segues today, my friend. Speaking of helping communities, this little show wouldn't be running as smoothly as it does, like a gravy sandwich, without some of our important sponsors on the show. And so we'll just take a moment. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
I thought you were going to say something. Oh, are you just intensely listening?
No, I'm waiting. I'm excited about this. So
okay, no, it's great. So we just want to first of all thank. Now it's also Christmas time. It's coming up in a couple of days. If you're anything like everybody, you're realizing there's people you haven't bought for, or you're like, my Aunt Mabel from Moncton is coming.
Are there still Aunt Mabels around?
There are. There's a few Aunt Mabels. I think there are. I think if you have an Aunt Mabel, comment and Dave will send you a donut. So if you're looking for a last minute gift, our first and original sponsor, Janet's Fashions, they are on the corner of 50th Ave and Highway 2, men's and women's fashions. They've got lots of hats and toques and things that would look excellent in a stocking. I think they even have socks. They've got lots of winter gear, although it's not quite winter yet, but it's coming. So go and check out Janet's Fashions for any gift needs and maybe something for yourself. Also want to thank Your Dollar Store with More. They have so much in that shop that's useful. Tons of Christmas decorations. They've got wrapping paper, cards, bags. What do you call the stuff you put in the bag, Dave? What do you call that when you make it look pretty? The tissue. There we go. They've got lots of that.
Oh, the tissues.
The tissue. Hugely important. You got to have, when you get the bag and you put
chocolate. I was going to say the chocolate.
The chocolate. They got chocolate as well. Yeah. When you put it all in and then you need some. Anyway, they've got lots of stuff to keep you going through the holidays. And then, of course, Claresholm Pharmacy. They've got a small grocery section, Cudlow Meats. They've got a dairy section. And let's be honest, folks, they've got painkillers.
And chocolate.
And chocolate. So if you eat enough chocolate, some people, chocolate gives them the headache. It's no problem. Go and get yourself some chocolate and get yourself some Advil. We should get Advil to sponsor the show, actually. That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it?
And you know what? For the people that are tuning in and listening, if you guys have a chance, go in and thank them for sponsoring this. I mean, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to afford to do. And I'm serious about that.
Yeah.
Go thank them. Go shop at their stores. Thank them when you're there for sponsoring our show. Just let them know that you're paying attention to it and that you're aware that they do help in the community. So thank them. I thank them immensely for their support.
Big time. So it's it's great to have those folks involved in our little production. So if you are out and about and you see them, feel free to pop in and show some gratitude for what they do for us. We've got I'd like to say breaking news. I don't know if this is so much breaking news. It's news of sorts. I think we have a breaking news thing. What is this? There we go.
Oh, breaking news. Yeah,
we'll do it one more time. Now, this is not official. I'm not a meteorologist. I'm not a weather person.
Yeah.
But according to the weather app, we might get some snow tonight in our communities.
What?
Maybe. It's what's saying. It's saying that there's a.
Hold on a second.
But don't take my word for it. By all means, stop what you're doing and look at your phone.
That's right.
And it said something about possibly a little bit of snow because right now you can almost go golfing out there. Yeah. But tonight,
there's a little gust of wind at 1 a.m.
Oh,
I'm not. Let's see. I'm just going to check it. My Euro Radio website here. It's got the weather on there.
That's why I brought it up, because you can go right to the Euro Radio site. And if you go to Claresholm Local Press as well, who have been fantastic supporters of us, you'll also get the Euro Radio player right on the page.
Yeah.
And it's an excellent place to go and not only listen to some tunes, but to find out what's going on in our communities, which is great. So now maybe I have this wrong. Maybe it's not going to snow, but the weather app said there's a reasonable chance of snow tonight. So perhaps we'll get a little.
It's not showing snow here. So I don't know.
Really?
You just ruined the trust of our show here.
No,
why would you do that?
Are you looking at Nanton here, or are you looking at Nanton Paris? Because there's two.
You might be right. That's a good point.
No, it says here. It says right here tonight. There's an 80% chance of a bit of snow.
Yeah, in Nanton Paris, there is going to be snow.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, this is not the technical way to do this, but if you look at that right there, it's getting weird. Oh, it's disappearing. You can't see it anyway.
Oh.
If you go to the weather app, there might be a bit of snow. Do you find that having no snow does it affect it? Do you kind of go, it's fine, I don't mind it, or do you kind of wish we had like the 10 feet of snow that we sometimes get?
That's kind of saving my back a little bit, so I'm kind of happy without the snow right now.
I've noticed the older I get, the more I'm like, it's fine to have a green, brown Christmas, whatever they call it. It's good.
I'm totally fine with it. Yeah. So, but you know, I think I get enough of a fill of watching my Christmas movies that have lots of snow.
Yeah.
So I can get my snow fill from all the Christmas movies.
Gotcha.
That's fine.
Gotcha. We're going to talk about one other thing here, actually, when we talk about resolutions. Last week on the show, we had Dave Murphy on, our good friend Dave Murphy, and he's a listener on the show. Now, Dave is a guy who he just makes things happen, if you know what I'm saying.
I was going to say the same thing.
He works very hard and he makes things happen. So he sent me a couple of things today. So his book, it's not a full resolution image that I've got, but his book is out called The Great Race, My Daddy and Me. It's available I believe you can get it on the on Amazon. There's an ebook, and also there's a hardcover, or not a hardcover, a physical book as well.
I'm checking that QR code.
There's a QR code. My friend, I think he was going to send one as well that was Rider Green as well, just for you. But what's cool about this is in the back of the book, he's got a page that is the goal page, and it's to write down a special goal you have for yourself, whoever you're reading this with, and pledge to achieve your goal. So it's a really neat way to sort of follow up with the content of the book. And he's ranking right now like number 3 or something in his category for the in the digital download world. He's tagged Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's also a big fan of the show. He loves it, watches it regularly. The Terminator retweeted, I believe, something that David had talked about a few months ago, and it was when it got like 9 million views or something. So the great Arnold is in his ecosystem, and boy, wouldn't it be nice if he could mention the book. So it's
we got Elizabeth as well. So Elizabeth said, just bought the book, highly promote it.
Nice.
So she's enjoying it. That's awesome to hear. And the QR code worked. So it took me straight to the Amazon.ca page where you can get The Great Race, My Daddy and Me. So right there, I don't know if you can see that. But there it is. So yes, go pick it up. We got some local talent, some young local talent.
And it's been there's some illustrations happening that were done by a young artist in town as well, based on some photographs that Dave provided. So it's just a really cool story. And if you know anything about Dave, he just, his main thing, he loves to help people. He's taken things in his own life that were difficult and challenging, and he pushes it all out and forward, and creates opportunities for people to learn and to grow. And he's just extremely generous that way. So just order the book. Can't wait. Awesome. Thank you, Tracy.
Tracy said she ordered the book. Dave popped in and said, if people just go to Amazon and search The Great Race, Daddy and Me, it will come up. And in the book, the QR code is green for Dave.
Nice.
Thanks.
Thanks, awesome, buddy. Did you know you could make QR codes something other than black and white? I didn't know that.
I did know that. Yeah, I knew that.
You're part of the invention team there.
That's right. I invented it, remember? So I knew that I created that for people to use. And I appreciate that. A little nod to Dave's favorite football team. So I appreciate it. And my green favorite movie, Christmas movie, right here with the leg lamp, the Fragile.
Nice.
So make sure you watch A Christmas Story. This was one thing I was hoping that Janet's Fashions would help with was, before we started the show, I got to say that you kind of inspired me changing my shirt, because I think one of the comments was, oh, there's Dave with his plaid shirt again. So I went and said, okay, well, you know what? Fine. I'll go put on a different shirt then, just for you, Alec.
It wasn't a comment. It was a criticism.
It was a criticism. I know.
It came from me before the show. I made fun of your shirt, and then you left. You were like, hey, I'm out. I'll be back in a few minutes.
But the problem is now, see, my plaid shirt went really well with my hat.
Yeah.
But now I've got my green Fragile shirt, and it doesn't go so well with the hat anymore. So I'm going to have to put the hat on backwards. I do, but I have a green rim. Yeah, so if I just
look up. There you go.
Go there. That's how I'm gonna do the show now. From now on, there we go.
So I'm already seeing a comment here.
Annalisa.
So there is a new Christmas shirt. I did get a new Christmas shirt.
Why are you not wearing it?
Because it's upstay's and I didn't put it on.
Annalisa, can you bring it down to the studio, please?
She could. I think she might be in her office working. I'm not sure, but if she feels compelled, we got a few minutes left to run upstairs and grab the Christmas shirt and bring it down. It is pretty hilarious. It is quite the. Oh, I just heard her. I literally. So my window. So her office is there, and I just saw a streak of an Annalisa. I just saw red hair go. Like she's gone.
Get it?
She's gone to get the Christmas shirt.
Get it.
So there will be a moment where
walk through the Griswold's wall.
She's gonna walk straight through, much like how Kirsten gets to the gym, just plowed right through the door. That was hysterical. Like it was just like a blur of green and red just went by. I'm sure she's upstairs now going, where is the shirt? It's right there.
So then of course while you're changing, we can I'll take care of everything here, and then you can change, and then we get to see you in your new shirt. So it's a Christmas shirt of hers.
I like that. Why don't we do this? Why don't we have you go through your Christmas list, because I know it's extensive. I know you've kind of sent it out to everybody. But if there was one thing that you want for Christmas this year, it can be for yourself, it can be for other people, it can be peace, or it can be like a new snowmobile. Is there anything? Do you get into gadgets? Like, do you see stuff and go, that's like, I don't want to have that thing.
I am a weird guy. When I look at what I want for Christmas, it's always something for our nonprofit radio station.
Right.
I want a new microphone for the radio station, or new preamps for the radio. I don't like the preamps for our radio station. I want a new preamp for the radio station.
Yeah.
I don't want anything for me. I have everything I could possibly want in you and Lisa, my wife.
Yeah.
My cats.
I like how she's number 3 on the list. You're gonna hear about that later. Okay, I'll tell you what. I think my shirt is almost here. So I'll tell you what. Why don't we go to Dave? Just go to Dave. We're going to have a Dave moment only.
Okay.
And I'll come back with the Christmas shirt.
Okay. You let us know when you're ready.
Okay. I'm going to mute my mic.
You go ahead and do that. I'll talk about Good Morning Nanton Live, because there's not much to talk about it. So you better hurry and change that shirt very quickly, because we're actually going to take the time off of Good Morning Nanton Live for Christmas. So everybody gets to have their holidays without worrying about me. But usually it would be on Saturday mornings, 10:30 to 11:30, and broadcasting on all these beautiful social media channels in Nanton. And of course, we have Alec that comes on and helps us out with it. But tomorrow and possibly next week as well, we're going to take a little bit of a break. So just to enjoy. Let's see. Looks like my wife has come on. Apparently she's tuned in, and she did hear she's third on the list of all the things I am happy about having for Christmas. So, I think that was, you would have always been first on the list. So anyway, that's what's going to be happening. And I promise that in the new year, and I think it looks like Alec might be back here. I promise in the new year, it's going to be bigger and more exciting, everything that we do. And Alec, let's see this beautiful Christmas sweater of yours. Here we go. Blow it up, and
isn't that something?
That's some fanfare. Look at that. And look at this. My cousin just joined us. He said, look at this. Doug said, "Hey Dave, Merry Christmas."
That's your cousin?
Buddy? That's my cousin. Yeah.
Oh, that's
my
nice.
Cousin. So he's a long, do they call him a long haul truck driver? Doug, correct me if I'm wrong here. You're not a long haul truck driver, are you? But anyway, he drives truck, and he was stopping by through High River a couple weeks ago, and we went and had some dinner with him. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, got to visit with him, and he would really, I think, appreciate my shirt for Christmas.
He would.
Christmas fragile shirt.
Absolutely, he would.
And my beard. So I'm actually going to try. Remember, I'm going to try to grow the beard. I'm going to see if I can get a sand beard.
Just
going.
You try to shave. The growing of the beard is not, you don't have to do anything. You just do less is what you do.
Less.
Do
and
less.
That's why. So while everybody else is has these resolutions of losing weight and stuff, I'm like, no way. I'm just going to let myself go and grow this massive beard.
I'm going to let myself go. That's good. I love it. What's your resolution? To let myself go. Just really to just be as slovenly as possible. Just
stop caring. I'm going to try to grow that beard nice and big. So
nice.
Anyway, happy holidays, Doug. Thanks for joining us on our show here.
That's very cool.
Nice to have you here.
I actually, it's funny because I have a cousin who I haven't seen in 12 years, who's going to be in town in the next couple of days. So we're going to get together.
Oh, cool.
For the holidays. Haven't seen him in quite some time. So
yeah,
it's
same
nice.
situation with Doug and I. We haven't seen each other for years. So Dave says, "Merry Christmas, you guys. Thank you for all the support of everything this past year. Tip, call it a New Year's revolution."
Revolution.
Hey,
I like that, Dave.
New Year's revolution. So Doug said he's a truck driver extreme. Laugh out. I'm considered long haul. So,
Okay.
but yeah, he was driving. He said when we saw him, I said, "Is that your truck?" He said, "No, he's borrowing somebody else's truck because his truck was in the shop." But I have a suspicion that when I do get to see his truck, I think it's going to be all like pumped up. It's going to be, like monster truck.
Yeah.
Semi. That's what it's going to be. The tractors.
Seems right.
It's going to be like 12 feet off the ground. You have to use a ladder to get up into it. And he just strikes me as being that kind of guy.
Yeah. You need a lift.
Yeah, I'll make sure I take pictures of that monster truck of his. So
do it. Absolutely. Yeah. One last thing we'll talk about here is a tradition that happens at Christmas every year for a lot of families, a lot of people. And it's funny because I didn't realize this, Dave. The Sound of Music is a big deal for people at Christmas time. It's not a Christmas movie. It's not like Die Hard, which is clearly a Christmas movie.
That's right.
It's not a Christmas movie. There's no Christmas trees in it, no elves. Santa's not in it. But people watch it all the time at Christmas. And so this year with the Art Society doing the Sound of Music, it's really highlighted to me how big a deal it is. Like the number of people that I thought I knew, you think you know someone and then you're like, oh, you set aside 9 hours every year to watch the Sound of Music. The play is obviously a little bit different than the film. But if you want to get the Sound of Music live, we've talked about it on the show a few times. January 4th is opening night. It's 2 weeks. Ooh. 2 weeks away, which
quick.
It's coming up. So I don't know. I think they're beyond 65% sold out now. But the show dates opens on the 4th, and then there's 2 shows on the Saturday. There's a dessert theater coming up on that Saturday. There's a dinner theater coming up on the first Friday on the 5th. 9 shows altogether. You can check it out on Eventbrite. If you just look up Sound of Music Claresholm, you can get your tickets. I don't know how many tickets are sold. I know that it's moved quicker than in years past. So,
well, I think that 65%. I saw that post. I thought I saw that a week ago or something like that. So I think it's probably higher than the 65% now.
Very likely moved up for sure.
Yeah.
And so it's as part of your extended Christmas experience. You can come and see the Sound of Music. Tracy's in it. She's awesome.
Tracy's going to be in it.
She's phenomenal.
She said, please buy tickets. It's a great show. Yeah. And she also sent out a Merry Christmas from her and Dale. So
nice. Well,
Merry Christmas to you guys. Indeed. Happy holidays.
Thanks, Tracy. And the kids, all 7 kids are just fantastic. Really, really good group. So it'd be make a nice stocking stuffer for someone who likes the Sound of Music. I don't think anyone knows the show as well as Sharon King, the director. It's like, she doesn't need the script. She just knows the show. She knows the show. You don't have to worry about anything with her. She knows exactly what's going on. She's watched it a bazillion times. So for those folks who do know, so have you ever seen the movie? You can say no. Yeah, okay.
No, I have.
There's a really it's an interesting podcast, This American Life. They had a podcast about, we may have talked about it. One of the producers, she as a kid grew up watching The Sound of Music. Didn't know until fairly recently in her adult life there's a second half. So for whatever reason, her family only had the first VHS, and her parents didn't know that there was only one, that they didn't realize that the first half wasn't the whole movie. So to her, it was a really nice story, right? And so when she heard that there's a second half, she had all these hopes about maybe what might happen in the second half. And of course, you got to come and see what happens.
That's crazy.
Super fascinating that it's thanks, Tracy. It's such a well-written show that just even the first half was satisfying enough for people. They're like, oh, it's great. It's a great movie.
That's incredible.
Yeah, not realizing there's another half.
That's amazing. Okay, brother. Well, what do you think?
I think we're good.
Relax now and take some time off.
Take some time off. I'm going to. I don't know if you do this in your studio, but at Christmas time, every couple of years, everything comes out. Everything gets cleaned up and then put back in.
Okay, so my cousin just said he sent me pics.
Oh, nice.
So we're gonna have to now, because the show is coming to a conclusion now. Unfortunately, we're not gonna have time to show those pics now.
Yeah,
but we'll make sure for 2024 that we're gonna start our show off with a bang.
Yeah, showing
the pictures of my cousin's truck.
I think
we're going to start 2024 on this show.
Forget anything else that's happened in the communities.
Yeah, forget it. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Nothing else matters now except for
No.
looking at my brother or my cousin's truck.
If you want to be on the show, too bad. If you want to have a guest, you wanted me to talk about your... Nope, we're going to talk about the truck. That's going to be thing number one. So we are taking a bit of an extended break this year. So normally we would come back probably that first Friday, but with the aforementioned Sound of Music, life's going to be a bit hectic in those first couple of weeks. So we're going to come back, I believe January 19th is going to be the first show. It's the first Friday after the show closes. Okay. Just to allow for things to happen that need to happen. Yeah. Because it's going to be awesome.
Okay.
It's going to be awesome. All right, my friend. Well, as we always say to everyone watching, we really appreciate everyone who tunes in, who engages, comments, and the folks that I see sort of in the street, as it were, in the grocery store, who say that they watch the show and they go and watch the recordings of it, which is really great. It's the whole point, the whole intention. I'm excited for next year and how things are going to look, and I know you've always got stuff on the horizon, so it's
but take tomorrow off or rehearse for Sound of Music, or what do you have to do? It doesn't matter. You can, don't worry about the show. Right. Have a great holiday. And I'm thinking that I probably will be coming to see you perform. So
that would be awesome. Yeah, that would be great. That'd be good. You may not recognize me because I'm going to look 27 years younger without this white beard because I have to shave. So you may get Jude and I confused.
Okay, yeah, we'll see about that.
Not really.
Anyway, have a great holiday, everybody, and we're going to take a break from Good Morning Net Live tomorrow. So don't worry about that. You guys just enjoy your families and love. Okay.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas, folks. Happy New Year. We'll see you in a few more weeks.
Yeah.
Take care.
See you then.
Bye now.